Welcome back to another episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama,
where we read advice, give advice to the people because people need premium advice from two premium guys. That's a good ass fucking intro.
Yeah, it's a good damn podcast.
Premium advice from two premium guys.
I think you've said that before.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Past Mike was on it. He was on fire. I got to remember that. I got to write that down.
I think he was also on Adderall.
Probably, yeah. This Mike doesn't think of things as quick.
So today's episode, we got 2 listener submissions from our lovely audience, and then we need a little more to talk about. So I went to our advice, and we grabbed some stories of just random people needing some advice. There's a couple dark ones, a couple funny ones.
Mike and Dylan hate drama. I think that that's so good right there.
Are you back in love with it?
Yeah, I'm back in love with it.
You don't want to kill it anymore?
I still want to kill a little bit. Take it behind a shed and shoot it.
Every time we talk about the podcast and then we talk about Two Daddies Judging Baddies, Mike's like, that's my favorite one. I was like, I know.
Well, Mike and Dylan hate drama. I have to sit around like a little, you know how Native Americans, like they sit around and they talk to spirits and stuff. Yeah, I got a fucking powwow to be like, what is this episode going to be about? Because I took away the Reddit aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're so far into MADHD that I can't be like, well, now it's about film. Now it's about this. Now it's about this. So, I mean, there's only so many life stories. And then people are like, ooh, get guests. And I'm just like, we're not big enough to attract guests.
Yeah.
On Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. Now we get like guest offers on Two Daddies Judging Baddies. And I'm just like, we had one where it was someone promoting their book, a former porn star. Promoting their book. I think they were a porn star.
I don't think so.
You don't think they were a porn star?
No.
I think I Googled them and saw some boobs. So I was just like, oh, porn star. No, they were. They were like, well, they were a former adult model.
I think they were a model. I don't think they
But they posed naked, and then they had a book about fetishizing women. And I was just like, look, it's like the preacher when you're sitting in church and he's like, I used to pimp whores and do cocaine and all the terrible things. But now I found God and now I'm a changed man and I want to stop you from doing all that stuff. And I'm like, wait, let me make my mistakes, okay? Let me learn from my mistakes. Give me an opportunity to go through that and then learn. You talk about cocaine and whores. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it'd be a good character moment if I went through that and then.
Well, I think it's just you're a learner through experience, not through somebody telling you.
Yes, I'm a hands-on learner. There you go. I'm a hands-on. I need my hands on this stuff.
Just so the hookers and the cocaine.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I don't know what else. It's like every preacher did that. And then someone was like, you know how you can make a lot of money? Start at church. And they were like, oh, fuck yeah.
And technically, the preacher, when he was, selling cocaine and maybe not the pimping, but like the whores that he was hanging around with, those would have been Jesus's people. So
yeah,
he would have been like, I will guide you to salvation through love. But now it's like, fuck you people, burn in hell.
Right. It's just, it's very toxic. And I think we should all be doing, cocaine and prostitutes. And
does your wife agree with you on that?
No. I'm so glad my wife does not watch the podcast. Father-in-law watches the podcast though.
Does he?
Yep.
So he gets to hear about himself quite often.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Nice. Well, thanks, father-in-law.
Yeah. Shout out him. He brought some ribs by last night for Alethea, and I'm just like, you see my fat ass here. My fat ass is here. You know I exist in this household. You ain't gonna bring
I like ribs.
And they're beef ribs that are good. And I'm just like, he chars the outside. It's his brother that makes them. And every time his brother's like, hey, you guys want to come to my house for a cookout? Yes. Y'all should come by more. And it's like, anytime you have a cookout, bro, we will be here ready to eat.
Free ribs. All right, so this one is from Kendo. Kind of sounds like Ken doll.
Kendo stick, wrestling. That's what I think of.
Not a wrestler guy. Title is, are Mike and Dylan the assholes for messing up my vacation?
No. What? No. How can we be assholes?
We don't get to go on vacation. So why, We can't be assholes on somebody else's vacation. We don't get vacations.
Let's hear them out before we decide if we're assholes.
When was the last time you went on a vacation?
Pretty sure about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, man. And it's just all been this every fucking day.
Yeah, my wife has like some money that she saved up, and she's like, I want to go buy this couch. And I was like, why don't we just like not let the money burn a hole in our pocket? We have couches. We can sit on them. We're all good. We don't need to get fancy couches. And she's like, but it might be gone. I'm like, there will be couches that exist when we decide that we need a new couch.
Couches that you like.
But we do not have to just be like, oh, we saved up enough for this couch. I was like, let's maybe a vacation one day, or maybe something happens with the car and we'll fix it. But when she saves up money, our savings plans are totally different. She saves up money so she can buy something. If I'm saving money, it's just like, that's money for the future. No sale tag on it.
Right.
All right, but let's listen how we fucked up this vacation. My wife and I decided to take a small trip and spent a considerable amount of time researching what all we wanted to do. We drove 6 hours away from home, and by we, I mean I drove while she napped 80% of the trip. Good job. We pulled up to our hotel full of anticipation. Then I looked up and said, wow, it's awfully cloudy. That's when we realized the only thing we didn't research was the damn weather. Sure enough, it was supposed to be raining for our entire trip. That was our fault.
That's the worst thing too, is you have to plan a trip ahead of time.
And lock it in.
And then it's just like, yeah, there's going to be tornadoes. There's going to be riots going on. You're just so happen to go to this vacation right when something happened that's causing people to be up in protest. And it's just like, why can't I just have vacation?
Why are you going on vacation in Minneapolis, Minnesota in the wintertime?
Right. Baltimore.
All right. So now I know what you're thinking. How is that our fault? Chill out, Mike. I'm getting to it. So we couldn't do all the outdoor plans we had made and ended up in the hotel room for a large portion of the trip. At one point, my wife said, this has been a lame vacation. That's when I had a great idea to respond with, one might say, this is a gaycation.
Okay.
Now, this is where you fuckers come in. I, a 36-year-old man-child, have a hard time fighting off intrusive thoughts. As soon as I heard myself say gaycation out loud, I could only hear Mike's seductive voice telling me to go for it. I jumped onto the hotel bed, faced my wife, and boldly proclaimed,
submit or be destroyed.
Submit yourself to the gaycation or be destroyed.
Fuck yeah.
I swear, if I could hear her thoughts, she'd be asking herself, why on earth did I say yes to this dumbass? Actually, nothing was ruined. I told her where I heard it, and I told her all about y'all. Now, I'm sure her search history has something to do with psych wards. Instead of doing all the fun stuff we planned, ended up just making her all kinds of animal noises since I've learned how to pleasure a woman by listening to y'all's podcast. Thanks, y'all. Love the shows. Hope y'all get rich soon. Toodles.
So I think it's like sure, you may have ruined a vacation, but you do know how to adequately eat a pussy because of this podcast.
Yeah.
So it's
I think that's
give and
actually,
take.
that's a full win. Because like, when do you get to spend that quality time away from life and away from distractions and all that stuff? And you can devote some hours to like really mastering that game of cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus.
And
Just do a little bit of cunnilingus.
work on your techniques, see what works, what doesn't.
Imagine getting ate out by a British dude. We got a lot of European followers too. That's what makes it doubly funny when I do that. It's just like, your pussy is quite scrumptious.
I think your British guy is like every like villain in like a British movie. Not
I don't even think
British
British
guy.
in a villain movie. I think it's villain in a British movie. I think it's just like a Monty Python.
Yeah.
British people just, oi, this well, that was Australian. Going down under. I don't know. That sounds pretty good though. The Australian guy.
You want
You
an Australian guy
he
to,
just like says it and just very boldly.
you want an Australian guy to do analingus on you?
Crikey, what do we got here? It's a vagina. Now, I'm going to sneak up on this thing. The crazy part about the vagina is while the vagina itself is pretty good, it's attached to a monster. And at any point, this monster could strike. But yeah, sorry we ruined your vacation.
It sounds like we made a great vacation for your wife.
Now, the get rich part, something we're starting up this week, which how we post podcasts is we record this the week before. And that way we know we get the episodes out to you. Everything's okay. We don't have, we know if like an emergency happens or something like that. But talking about getting rich, if you join the Patreon, let's just say on the next episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies, we have my friend Gabe coming. And Gabe is a certified neck build. But on the Patreon, he's going to start giving dating advice.
He's a certified ladies man.
He is a certified ladies man. I mean, all neck builds are. They understand a woman. It's just they only understand the perfect woman. I think there's a difference between a nice guy and then an incel. Gabe is, he is a nice guy. He understands that women date jucks and chads. And then when they get the heartbroken, they want to run to him. But they've already been depurified. So he only has the highest value women in mind. And what's so wrong that she's 13 years old? Okay. You got to grow them into the perfect woman. Groom them, if you will. So on the Patreon, my good buddy Gabe is going to start giving a little bit of dating advice. Well, I've also thought about doing like some motivation from Tony, which, I mean, if you know who Tony is, then just get off your ass and stop being a fucking woman. And if you're a woman,
come here, baby.
Get back in the kitchen. All right, so this is from Billy, 25 male. Advice request, therapist pissed me off. Hello, fellow Southerners. It's me again. The Latina booty enjoyer, CPA studying, badass wife having Claw, 27th female birthday. Happy birthday, Claw.
Claw and Billy.
Claw and Billy. Alani new drinking, 3D printing, son of a bitch, here to give you more content. When are you going to 3D print us something?
They keep requesting that we get a P.O. box so that they can send their pyrotechnics there.
We're just scared of bombs.
Yeah, pyrotechnics.
Yeah, bombs are scary. Firstly, Mr. Wright, I am no EMT, but I am flattered by the belief in me. I'm an accountant for the Real Estate Investment Trust, medical office-based. I couldn't kick anyone out of their homes like that, so I stay on the commercial side. So much more boring. On to the advice at hand. My parents messed up in my youth. I almost read that as in my mouth. Not to the extent of some here, but left me with baggage, so I got a therapist. It's helped shine some light on some things. They're not the same people. They've grown, you've grown, blah, 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 whatever. But he keeps saying that I need to forgive myself. What'd they do? Watch fucking Good Will Hunting? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Stop it. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm going to punch you. It's not your fault. Bitch for what? My daddy went upstate to bang some broads and talk about his feelings to some shrink, and my ma started fucking the neighborhood. I don't think I, Billy, 25 male, has anything that needs forgiveness, but hey, what do y'all think? P.S. Build my first control deck for my EDH group. Built my first control deck for my EDH group. They hate it. Nothing is better than like stacks and just saying, hey, you can't do what your deck wants to do. Dylan doesn't understand what that means, but I digress and I will continue. Yeah, you ain't got to forgive yourself. There's some things like I'm just like, the therapy I need is for specifically like the agoraphobia. Like we ain't got to go into feelings or nothing like that. I'm a very happy guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not prone to anger or anything like that.
You're always angry with me.
The shit that, well, you're easy to be angry at. The shit that I need is like to fix the like cognitive behavioral stuff. Every time someone's like, my therapist told me this, I'm like, that's the dumbest fucking thing. You need to forgive yourself. It's not your fault. I get that. Okay. I just like a therapist should say, hey, if your parents are pieces of shit, don't talk to them anymore. But they're like, have you ever tried to approach them like this? And it's like, dog, if like they smoke crack and their biggest thing, like when I was a child, was like, you talk too much. That's why we beat you. I don't think they're apt to listening to me approaching it in a different kind of manner. What I would like to do is just kind of move forward with my life. But therapists are just like, you need to forgive yourself, bud.
Well, I think that's the problem with anything is like, what's the end goal? So if you actually give a shit about those relationships and you want to fix them, then yeah, sure. And like the forgive yourself thing, Like, about what? Like, that should be something that the therapist has something like, oh, you're kind of holding on to this and you feel somewhat responsible, blah, blah, blah. But if there's none of that there, it feels like they're kind of like, you know, you're at a fancy custom restaurant and they're like, here's your cheeseburger with everything on it, the way that it comes. Like, and they're just giving you a blanket statement of, you need to, like, this is what my instructor told me in school was to just tell my patient to forgive themselves. And it's just blanketed, not specific to your actual example. Cause like right there, you told your therapist, like, I don't fucking have anything to forgive myself about. And unless they can be like, well, this is the reasoning why I'm saying you need to do this, that like it should be spelled out for you of like, this is what you're holding on to. You need to forgive yourself for this, not just forgive yourself.
I think the wildest thing is I know a couple people who graduated with like a degree in psychology, and they'll be like, your therapist? What are you talking about? They'll be like, my therapist. I'm like,
well, you can't, like, ultimately a lot of the people that get into psychology and stuff are going to try and fix themselves, but you can't dig into your own shit and fix it. Like you,
well, my thing is, if I go to school to be a welder, I can weld stuff at my house.
Yeah, it's not the same. Your brain is not the same. It's a fucking computer system that you see the world exactly how you've been trained to see the world. And that's why the chaos of what's going on today is like people have this confirmation bias of what the world actually is without actually taking any of it apart and being like, why do I think this? What's going on here? And somebody helping you through that can help you find things that is fucked up in your brain. But if you're just sitting there trying to fix it yourself, you're still the same person. You can't go in there and tinker with stuff the same way that somebody can bring that stuff out of you. By sitting there having a conversation, you can find new things and new ways of looking at things. You can't do that to yourself. And so, yes, if you get a psychology degree, but like a vast majority of the people that get psychology degrees want to work on themselves, and it does not work that way.
I was just making a joke, dog. God. Look, I think that's why Two Daddies Judging Baddies work so well. I know we're in Mike and Dylan Hate Drama, but I think that's why Two Daddies Judging Baddies work so well, because I'll just say the most like dumbest joke ever, and then you'll be like, well, this is the reason why.
Well, see, but you cut me off. Like that's the thing is, while I'm sitting there trying to have a conversation and can do this back and forth ping pong thing, as soon as I start saying something, you drop a joke in there. And so like where I was going with whatever we were talking about
I do see
goes
that.
The fuck away.
Because I did just cut him off.
Yeah.
And I saw him like stop. So then the second time I sat there and like I listened.
Well, and that's the thing is like I get these tiny little minuscule parts before you go back and steal it again. And then like, because you gave a good take in the beginning, but then the second that I try to give a take, you cut me off and then go off into your random tangent about something. And then I have to sit here and wait for another couple minutes to then say something. Then you drop a joke in behind. And I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to like actually have this back and forth ping pong conversation?
Right.
So yeah, that's when you say a welder, blah, blah, blah. Like I then have to respond to the welder comment, not the one that I was actually going on.
That puts it in a way better light of how that does fuck it up. Because I make the welder joke and then you go into like the real serious part. Okay, I get it.
Well, and I've had so many friends that were psychology majors and shit, and they were not all put together. They had their own fucked up things, and they go in that route because they want to help people, but ultimately they want to help themselves. But you can't fucking get in there and start working on your own brain unless you have like outside influences. Like, but that is why everybody's so fucked up now, is because you sit here and just ingest the same toxic bullshit that people want to talk about, and then you're like, yeah, Jesus would definitely want poor people to pull their own weight, and you know, if you're on drugs, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and dig yourself out of poverty. Okay, yeah, that's what Jesus would have said. No,
Jesus wouldn't be allowed in the country.
No, well, even if he was, he would not like the people that are like, this is what I say.
Imagine Jesus talking to somebody and they're just like, we just got to love everybody. And that's what it's really all about, is love. And then there's just some dude that's like, who is this gay guy?
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of my face. It's my turn to read. You just read.
No.
Vacation.
Yeah.
No, wait, I read The Claw. Fuck me.
I got this, Mike.
Maybe I'm having like a stroke or something.
I think you might be.
I'm having a stroke under the table.
You're just so excited to meet Gabriel and have him on the podcast.
He's coming on the next episode of Two Daddies Judging. On the next episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies. Like, I loved old fucking like networks when they were like, oh, on the next episode of this. Or you remember the old movie guy that did like every movie? And he talked like this, like, Peter Pan coming next fall.
You're
Where'd
just,
that guy go?
You're just talking about the announcer guy?
Yeah, he did every movie. Also, I'll try to show my daughter something and I'll be like, this movie is great. Just because the movie's old doesn't mean. And then I'll watch a trailer from back in the day and it's like, in a world where monkeys rule the universe. And it's like a flash of a monkey. She's like, I rule this. You don't get any fucking thing. And they're like, it looks dated as fuck. But if you actually turn the movie on, it doesn't look dated anymore. It's like well shot and shit. But she like looks at that and she's like, this is going to be corny. And I was like, I see how. I mean, trailers today, you get the whole fucking film.
Well, yeah, because you also have 2-second attention span that you got to keep up with and 6 million different movies that are going to come out. So it's a different day.
I want to shit a movie.
Back then it used to be that like 10 good movies were going to come out this year. And so they had a better audience to go to. Now you could put a movie, millions of dollars into a movie and it's a blip for like a week. And people are like, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was all right.
All right, so this is posted a year ago, so we ain't giving valid advice on this one. This one's from Reddit advice. I just went to top of all time and then pulled this one. My dad left us 15 years ago. Now he's dying and wants me to take care of him. I don't know what to do. I figured you'd like this one. I don't know what it's about, so it could be like super dark, but I just thought it was a good title.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess you're over it now, bud.
If he was being truthful about him dying, it's probably done.
I don't know, unless he's been dying for he's still there, just like a husk of himself.
That's his way of prying you back. I'm dying.
All right, let's hear about old Papa.
When I was 10, my dad walked out on our family. No explanation, no contact, just gone. My mom worked multiple jobs to keep us afloat, and I had to grow up fast. Now, 15 years later, I get a call from an unknown number. It's him. He says he's sick, possibly terminal, and has no one else to turn to. Keep turning.
Yeah. Okay. Sucks to be you, stranger, but I don't know who you are. Yeah.
I have so much anger and resentment build up. He wasn't there when I needed him, and now he wants me to be there for him. But at the same time, the idea of just ignoring him and letting him die alone feels heavy. My mom says it's my choice, but I can tell she hates the idea of me helping him. My siblings want nothing to do with him. I don't know if I owe him anything. I don't even know what he's been doing all these years, but a part of me wonders if I'd regret not doing something. Has anyone else been in this situation like this? What would you do? There's an update. Do you want to just talk on this part first?
Well, yeah, okay. So, nothing. I mean, how old is this person?
I think I'd put him at 25 because he was 10 and then 15 years later he popped back in.
Yeah, 25. I don't know, man. I feel like that long without it, he has to be like a real emotional dude to like still be hanging on, by a thread to his dad calls and he's like, oh, it's my father.
I think it's okay to have some sort of emotion. Like, I mean, 10, you definitely remember. Like, by the time I was 6, my brother moved out. And so, like, I always, like, looked, like, even though I'd only run into him, like, he's gone no contact, but, like, I only run into my brother every once in a while. Like, I still loved him, even though he wasn't around. And I think with this, like, you can have your animosity, but in a way, my full theory, like 100% truthfully, is I would be like, yeah, let's check out what dad's up to, blah, blah, blah. If he's a shit stain, I'll dip. But like at least give the opportunity of mending whatever.
Especially this guy, because he does seem like super emotional. So
yeah.
I think for this particular person, it would be good for them to, go see him, be like, hey, maybe ask him why.
Yeah.
Why? 10 years old, I loved you, dog. And
well, because it doesn't sound like he was a shit necessarily before he left. He just straight up dipped for whatever reason. Probably found a younger woman and just dipped out.
Right. Went to an island. Found a couple young girls and eventually I'm just going to quit. I'm going to quit because I was going somewhere with that, but yeah. I'm going to spare the people. They're just going to get a funny podcast that they can enjoy.
Well, we already went down what Jesus would do. All right, so update. Wow, I never expected to get this much attention. First off, thank you to everyone who took time to comment, blah, blah, blah. The overwhelming response seems to be that I don't owe him anything. Many of you pointed out that he made his choice 15 years ago, and now that life has come full circle, it's not my responsibility to upend my life for him. A lot of you also suggest visiting him once, not out of obligation, but for my own closure, so that I can walk away knowing I did what I needed to do on my terms. That really resonated with me. Right now, I'm leaning towards seeing him once just to hear what he has to say, not for his sake, but for mine. I want the chance to ask him questions only he can answer. I know there's a chance his answers won't bring me peace or could even make me angry, but at least I'll know I faced it. I'm
going to cut you off real quick. He goes and visits dad, and dad's just like, I had this just opportunity. Your mom didn't want to do it. But, as my son, you're the only kid I ever had. So I'm going to leave everything to you, which is, my estate worth $150 million. And I just be like, Papa,
I love you.
Papa, Dad, I fucking love you, dude. Fucking, you're the best. What the, fuck my formative years, okay? You was out there forming an empire. Yeah, you was out there fucking getting it.
No, he's dying of like fucking AIDS that he contracted from heroin injections.
Oh, is he really?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck. You said that like you just knew. Like, yeah, I know exactly who this person is. I did some digging.
Well, and it could be either way, but like my thing is the what if, and I'm not going there to build some sort of bond with, like, I would like to know. Like, it would just be a mystery to me that I would like to check a box. And you never know. He might be a fucking baller-ass millionaire that, happened to go to some islands in the process. But
I don't care about your past. You know what I'm saying? I was leaving me $150 million.
I was the welder at a island right off of St. Thomas. What is it called? Like St. James or something? Or no, I can't remember what is.
I have
Little St. James. I think it's St. James. It's Homeboy's Island.
Why would you name it St. James, though?
I don't fucking know.
Nobody would expect. Well, I mean, I guess you're not going to name it Kid Rape Island.
Yeah.
Then, like, the authorities kind of know what's going on there. Oh, I was thinking of every now and then I get like wild hairs up my ass to like write stand-up jokes and shit like that. And I was thinking of one, and it was like, because I was trying to come up with like the Southern sayings, like, it's hotter.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. Or like the metaphors they say. Yeah. And one I came up with was, boy, I'm feeling more uncomfortable than a undercover cop on Epstein's Island. And then it started getting me into like, because Johnny Depp, where he's like, you don't really come back from this, not the same. And then the guys there are like, well, we want to see you do the drugs to know that you're not a narc. And it was like, you're an undercover cop. You're like, I'm gonna bust these guys. You're all fucking gung ho badass. And then you get down there and they're like, yeah, so you gotta
here's a child.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, because you hear all these stories about how cool they are. It's just like, I got to do what? Yeah. You got to bang this kid so we know that you're legit. And you're just like, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. You call, and then your supervisor's just like, bang the kid. God, we're trying to build a case here. What are you doing? You get back, and it's just like, man, you did this big bust. What was it, if we can ask? And it's like, yeah, Epstein's Island. And they're like, fuck, you busted that? That's crazy. What, you were undercover? And it's like, yeah. So, I mean, like, what were you doing? Children.
Whew.
And then I'm just like, yeah, I couldn't do stand-up, so I get off of it pretty quickly.
You get off from it. One thing I'm certain of is I won't be uprooting my life to take care of him. That's a weight I refuse to carry. My time, my love, my energy, they belong to my mom and siblings. The people who stood by me, who prioritized me every single time, not just when they needed something. I'll update again after my visit. Truly, thank you all. Your words made a difference.
Do we got an after-visit update?
One more update.
Nice.
The dreaded meeting is happening tomorrow. Oh, fuck.
What the fuck, dude? Yeah, fuck that guy. Throw that to the side. Fuck him. We hope you got there. Your dad was like, I'm passing away of AIDS. And you're like, oh my God. And then he bit you deep where it drew blood. And now you have AIDS.
And what the fuck's this guy doing? Because he talks about his mom on these ones. And then like some fucking British guy takes over and he's like, my mom has been supportive, telling me to do what's best for me, while my siblings want nothing to do with him and think I should stay away. Regardless, I'm taking this opportunity to face it head on. Wish me the best, and I'll update soon.
I don't even think I could do a British accent. Oh, let's see.
You always do that one.
Yeah. I don't think I could do a real one. If I was trying to be really British, is this any bit close. British? A little bit close? It's a little bit close. If I did I think I always just go too far into Australian. Yeah, fuck that guy. I hope your dad bit you and you got the same terminal illness that he got. Hope he had rabies. And he already started to see the symptoms, so there's no take backseat. And
that's a great song.
What?
Is Biting List by Tyler Childers.
Oh, yeah. If I had rabies, you'd be on my
biting list.
Yeah, my biting list. That's a fuck, goddamn, gave me a book here.
Well, it was either that or a paragraph. And I figured you wanted the book more than the paragraph. You like to hear yourself talk. So
have we read this one before?
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind. I don't think it is. My girlfriend smells and I don't know what to do. We've been together for 5 years, and not once has she really had a hygiene-related problem that was significant. Fucking Jesus Christ. Get my ass whooped by significant over here. Is significant enough for me to comment on until last week. Out of nowhere, I got smacked in the face by a horrible, rotten smell when she hugged me. I didn't even think it was her at first. I honestly thought I might have forgotten to wash my hands after using the bathroom or something. So I went and tidied up.
Girl, you smelled like doo-doo.
Yeah, you got doo-doo on your hand, and you was just like, look, everybody's had a wiping incident where they got a little bit of poo on their hand. But even people that don't wash their hands after using the bathroom would wash their hands if they got dookie on.
Yeah, once you touch doo-doo.
Like, once you touch the doo-doo. So I'm just saying, she's relaxed enough with how non-hygienic you are.
Well, and then that goes back to the whole mayonnaise dick thing. Like, what are you talking about? Didn't wash your hands? Like, I've never smelled mayonnaise dick, like what you classify it as. But the fact that he's like, I didn't wash my hands, like that's the first thing you think is like, that's where the bad smell's coming from. Like, you need to develop some better habits there, bud.
Right.
A, wash your nuts, and then B, wash your hands after you go to the bathroom.
Then we went out to get some groceries, and I got a waft of the same smell while shopping. And it's so funny he brings this up, because I love when people bring something up and it makes you look bad also. Because when I've told the story about how we caught someone at work beating off in the nurse's office. Okay. So we're sitting there and
where else do you want him to beat off at?
Right. I'm getting to that. So we're all sitting there joking about it. And this one kid, David, and I'm sorry, I'm fucking putting you on blast here. I'm saying your first name. He just looks at everybody and he's very country. He goes, yeah, I mean, if you're going to jack off, just do it in the bathroom like everybody else. I was like, everybody else is not jacking off at work, bud. Good thing we know that. Don't go in the bathroom with David. Don't be in the stall next to him because he's going to be beating his goddamn meat.
Well, he at least puts an earbud in so you can't hear the
All you hear is just the yeah.
You've practiced that sound, haven't you?
Oh, God. Oh, I had my earbuds in. I didn't think anybody could hear.
Both of them. So I couldn't hear anybody. Right. Noise canceling on.
I finally realized that it was coming from her, and I could smell it from about 3 feet away. I could not believe it. Absolutely rank. I had to tell her. Some of you might say I'm a dick for that, or how dare you, etc. I don't really care. I want someone to tell me if I smell like something died. I did it in the nicest way that I possibly could, and she actually took it well. She showered when we got home, brushed her teeth, etc. That didn't help. I bet it's a fucking, like, an impacted tooth or something. Because them things. The thing is, this isn't even really hygienic per se. She showers every day, has a hygiene routine and everything. It's not external dirtiness. It's literally coming from inside her. When she sweats even just a little bit when we're in bed, or when she gets home from work, where she's been up and about all day, I am hit with these offensive wafts that smell like literal diarrhea. I'm not even trying to be mean. The smell is so putrid and repulsive, it literally makes me wince and want to puke. The worst part is her breath has the same smell even after brushing her teeth. This makes me think it's health related somehow. I don't think I've heard of this being a symptom of anything before, but honestly, what else could it be? Totally random. Has never even happened once. I just don't understand. She has smelled like this for almost 2 weeks straight, and honestly, the part that worries me the most, aside from it being health related, is that she doesn't even seem to notice it. I can guarantee with certainty that her coworkers and friends certainly do. Just sucks. I'm finding myself avoiding being close proximity to her because I don't want to make her feel bad. What the fuck do I do? Anyone know why she smells? Does she need to see a doctor?
Yes, that's the only fucking thing. Like, and that's day 2.
She's never stunk. She smells like rotten meat now. Yes.
Day 2, like after she's washed and everything, and then she sweats a little bit. Hey, babe, we need to go to the doctor because something's up. No way in fucking hell do you let that 2 weeks later? You're talking like, oh, yeah, no, just go.
We've
only
had sex like 3 times, too.
And I held my nose the whole time.
Clothespin. She just turns back while you're hitting it from the back.
Why are you wearing a diver's, like a
stinky
nose plug?
Stinky. First update, a minor one, but since so many people are interested, I'll gladly honor that in light of all your help. I broke it to her and put the pressure on. She took it pretty well. She has an appointment with a PCP this coming Monday, and we are getting her scheduled with the dentist the same week. Wish us luck. I don't know why she's doing PCP.
Yeah, like, I mean, what is that called? Angel dust? Yeah. Why is she doing angel dust to try and get over a smell?
Second update. She had her first appointment with the PCP this morning, and unfortunately, no big revelation so far. We're still in the dark about what's going on. Some labs were conducted, including blood panel and a PAP. What is that, like a pap smear or something? So there's a chance that the results may be enlightening. Until then, up next is the dentist, and I have a feeling this is where we may finally get some answers. We'll update again post-appointment. Third update. I do have some revelations to share, and one of them actually pertains to me. Just not in the way many people in this thread suggested. First thing, it turns out that one of the antibiotics I am taking amplifies my sense of smell to Bloodhound levels.
Whoa, that's fucking cool. He's like a superhuman now.
What is this? I want to, I could find shit.
That sucks. Imagine just like anytime you're anywhere and somebody like farts from like 50 feet away, you get to smell that.
That would be your weakness though as a superhero. Like you're fighting someone and they just... How am I going to beat Fart Man? Fart Man fucking destroys me. God. That is Naruto. There's a character, Kiba.
Terrible too.
And he's like part dog. You know what I'm saying? So he has super smell. And that's how Naruto beats him, is farting in his face. Dead ass.
Anime is so cool.
People will be like, man, this anime is so well. Anime, even the best writing in anime has like WWE levels of like intrigue. It's very linear in how they go about it. I am smelling all things times 100 from distance, including my girlfriend. Keep in mind that it is not altered but amplified. Second thing, she visited the dentist and they told her she has gingivitis. Now, let's not celebrate yet because we don't know if this is the culprit until after they've treated it, but this is a very likely candidate. Good news is that they've laid out a sort of process of elimination type plan to get to the bottom of the issue. First is the teeth and gums, then sinus, tonsils, and finally stomach. So although we're not quite there yet, we are on the way to solve. More updates next week.
Was that the end?
Final update.
Oh, nice.
Yes. This is someone we like.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Because that was like a year ago, so it should have been updated. There should have been more.
Final update. All right, guys. Got quite a squirrely update to deliver. I honestly didn't even think I would give it, but I couldn't leave anyone hanging. First off, the culprit has been confirmed. Gingivitis. I'm sorry, that just sounds like a pirate thing. Gingivitis. Turns out that the smell I was picking up is better classified as rotten eggs and is consistently associated with gum disease. The dentist gave her a heavy-duty mouthwash, and within days of using it, the smell slowly tapered off. Crazy. Now for the squirrely part. I didn't include this in the previous updates, but the whole process has made her very insecure. At first, she seemed to deal with it quite well, but in the days following, she started behaving really badly towards me. She was agreeable in the beginning to get checked out and get the issue solved. Later, she actually started to retaliate, blowing off dentist appointments, refusing to use the mouthwash they gave her, ignoring me, blowing up on me over little things. Long story short, her disrespect got to a point of no return. And our 5-year relationship is actually over. I ended it. I'm really shocked, and I'm sure whoever reading this is as well. Bright side, she is now dealing with her death breath. The dark side, the situation brought out something in her I didn't know existed. I'll be damned, gingivitis. Well, it's probably also, could be how you were, like she's going through all the things, but you keep bringing it up. And she's like, fucking doctors are working around the clock to figure out what's wrong, dog. Get the fuck off my back.
Well, and then the first like legit update, you knew that you had this fucking super smell.
Right.
So like at that point, that's not a her problem. That's a you problem. Like, yes, she should make sure her teeth are healthy, but like you smelling it, that's your problem, not mine. Like nobody else smells it. So fuck you. I'm good. Like,
right. I've seen people with like literal, like the teeth rotten, gums black, and I couldn't smell their breath. No. So it probably partly is your super smelling that's going on. If you stay on her back, she could get, now we're going to say that you didn't do this. I'm going to say, you know, for this advice, it don't really fucking matter. I'm just say that it didn't happen. The point of no return, I wonder what that meant though. She talked about your dick. That's what it was. That's any guy's like, you know, as soon as she's like the point of no return, like what is words that my wife could say to me where it's like the point of no return? It's like nothing.
I sucked 3 dicks this morning.
I think, no, because that would be actions. You know what I'm saying? You're not mad at the words she said. It's the actions that she did. But it had to be like, yeah, your dick is so small. My ex, man, he used to beat the fucking wheels off this. Never complained about a smell. He used to get all up in my guts. Fucking rearrange them shits. You don't even fucking.
I mean, those would be fighting words. Like those would be words that make you leave. But I mean, it could just be like you're not a man. I make more money than you.
That's the craziest thing. Bitch, you could bring up all the time how much more money you make than me if you make more money than me.
What if she makes more money than you and you still have to pay all the bills?
I'm not a man for putting my. Look, here's the thing. Like, when I hear about situations like that, I'm like, dog, you ain't making them toes curl. She got to have if she's making more money all around, more successful, you're a stay at home, whatever.
No,
got to have
stay at home. You work too.
Well, maybe they're a stay at home person, but I mean, just saying, if you're working, okay, you don't make as much as she does. She got to have fear that you're going to leave. And that's why, if you're real good at eating pussy, man, like she could be making $200,000 a year. She would like, fuck. And apparently the whole guys not doing foreplay is a bigger epidemic than I thought it was. But
some would say a pandemic.
Yeah. But then she's going to be like, fuck, I might have to go through 10 guys to find someone who eats pussy as well as he does, dicks me down as good as he does. So that's how you keep that. That's how you keep that fear. That's why I'm saying if, my wife started, there's no, what I'm saying? I'm going to have PlayStations, all right? I'm going to have Nintendo Switches. Whatever new thing comes out, I'm going to have it. Not even touch it. She just makes so much goddamn money.
Well, what if she doesn't buy it for you?
She would.
What if she doesn't?
She would.
What if she doesn't?
She would. Talking about what she doesn't.
Yeah.
This is someone I've been with for 12 years. I know she would.
Well, yeah, you're talking about your scenario, not his scenario.
He's not eating good enough. But that's my confidence as a man. I'm saying
maybe he had to stop eating it when he got super smell.
Wouldn't stop me.
If it was not up to par,
if it was not her thing, if it was a my thing, and now I could smell all the way into her pussy, into her fucking small intestine, sure.
He can.
Whatever.
He can smell the fart before it comes out.
Right, yeah. But I'm still gonna eat the kitty. I'll flip around, dive in the ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm a warrior. Like I'm not some weak built bitch. I'm gonna do it because I'm a champion.
Even with the little doo-doo stain back there, you can go for it.
Get that little piece of toilet paper and roll it in my teeth and see if I can hit her in the face with it all the way down there.
Spit water, mid eating the asshole.
Yeah, then I throw her legs up, keep on going.
All right, so
I was gonna do the whole when I get the toilet paper, just like, oh, a little treat for myself.
I've definitely faced it. It's definitely not something that stopped me, but it's not something that
I didn't really care. Hey, if you bring it up, the mood is gone. She is immediately going to be out of it and insecure. And me, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I give a fuck. It's not going to stop me.
Right.
Like, but I still would prefer it not to be there.
I'm just going to get it off there.
I do some, like, just some magic with the hands and just try to, like, slowly without making any obvious.
You went to flick it. And he flicked the goddamn shit out of her clit. It's like, I saw it in a book. I'm sorry.
You don't like that?
Yeah.
That's not pleasurable? Oh, I won't do it again.
Flick the fuck out of it. Just like, bam.
I heard some women like it. I saw it on a porn once.
Are you not one of those women? Yeah. I saw it on a porn.
So the hammer, you don't want me to try it with the hammer? Okay. Nope.
Oh, God.
All right. This one I think is near and dear to most men's heart. We've all faced it.
You know what I think we should do with Mike and Neil Hey Drama? I think we should turn this into like the nasty podcast where we just touch on nasty shit, sex stuff. And it's like, this is where you go for the nasty. It's always nasty. It's just a more like, well, I mean, Two Daddies Judging Betty is always going to, we can't stop ourselves from cussing. That's one thing we know we can't do. But like, this is like where we can let loose.
Because you already killed it.
Right.
I mean.
But hey, I mean, letting loose, I mean, you fucking bring that bitch back to life.
Yeah.
That's right.
Can at any time. All right. So my wife woke up mad at me this morning.
Yeah. It happens.
We woke up around 6 a.m. to our 2-year-old daughter talking to herself in her room. So I say, I'll get her and get the morning started. No response, just a cold stare from the missus. I can tell something is wrong. So I press the issue. She takes a deep breath and says, you made out with someone in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? It's so wild that it's I've never once, like, I've woke up to my wife, like, in a dream doing some shady shit, and I've never once brought that into reality and been like, you know what you did in my dream last night? Like, ever, because it's a fucking dream. But
Right.
I've literally woke up and she's like, you cheated on me. Like, because they think that it's going to come true. Like, it's going to be like a fucking deja vu moment, like where they're seeing the future. And it's like, no, like, it's a dream.
If I have a dream where my wife cheats on me, it's always some weird shit where it'll be like Drew Carey.
Why is she fucking Drew Carey?
She started getting a job. I guess she got a job on The Price is Right, and she's with Drew Carey. I'm like, what? I mean, I guess I'll lose to Drew Carey. You know what I'm saying?
I'm suing him for alienation of affection.
Fuck
here in
yeah.
North Carolina.
Oh, God. Thank you, babe. God. Look, my wife is just like, if it didn't work out between us, what would you do? Would I want it? I would never remarry. I don't need like a partner there to feel whole. I can feel whole doing whatever I'm doing. I got kids that make me feel whole. I don't need that. Like, would I get some bitches? Sure. That's fine. But as far as like, if I didn't have a wife, Michael does whatever Michael wants to do.
I mean, you're pretty much there anyway.
Kinda, yeah. Kinda. And that's what happens.
I think her life's just easier when she doesn't have 4 kids in the house.
Yeah. We don't have 4 kids. Ah, you fucking dickhead.
Gotcha.
I didn't get it at first. I was like, yeah. I mean, that is I revert to a.
Oh, you just go ahead and play with your friends, buddy. Go on.
Right. You just go out there and what's up, guys? I mean, they're just funner. They got like more fun stuff. Like I talked to her and she's just like, listen to this really dramatic, harrowing thing. And then like I walk up to my kids and they're like, you want to have a pillow fight? You want to wrestle in the bedroom? Yeah, sure. My wife don't ever want to wrestle. We used to do that back in the day so much. I'd get her so pissed off at me that she would stab me with nail files and shit like that. So, but then once that ended, it's just like, you know, it's kind of a chill thing.
My wife got me yesterday she was telling a story. And when she's telling the story, she provides all this backstory. And I was like, we've talked about the backstory. Like, we don't need that. And she's like, but like, it feels like you don't want to talk to me. I was like, no. I want to talk to you. I just don't need to hear this thing again. Like, you could start with just the pertinent details to this story that you're wanting to talk about. But like, you want to explain this thing that you've already explained it to me. So like, we've had that conversation. Let's just move on to this new one. Cause she was talking about people having energy. And she said like, she ran into somebody and she was like, you know, and I just got like a bad vibe. I was like, no.
Did she get that bad vibe from me?
Huh?
Did she get a bad vibe from me?
No.
Oh, fuck. You were talking about energy. I was like, oh, I bet you got a bad vibe from me.
I mean, you're not her favorite person.
I know. That's what I was saying. I was like, I bet there's had to be a bad vibe somewhere.
But no, the distinction that I was trying to bring up with her, though, is like you've interacted with thousands of people in your life. And so there's been people that have been good influences and like you could trust and all this other stuff. And then there's been bad people that have taken advantage of you and all this other stuff. Like, it's not a vibe. It's the way that they carry themselves, certain characteristics about them. Like, and so you can get that. And like, you can call that energy if you want to. But ultimately, it's more their personality and their characteristics that you're judging it upon.
Pattern recognition.
Yeah, not energy. Like, because she always tries to get into like these woo-woo things. Like, when we first met, she said she was an empath. And I was like, no, you're just empathetic. Like, you can, when somebody has something sad happens to them, you're like, oh, I feel bad for you. Like, that's not an empath. That's just having empathy.
Imagine you had a nurse that was an empath. I was like, I could tell you're in pain. It's like, yeah, I got pancreatitis. It says it on my chart. You just read it. I'm in a ton of pain.
This fucking knife that's sticking out of me, you can anticipate that I might have pain from it.
Right. They're just like their jaw's like over here dislocated. And it's like, I could tell you're in pain. Oh, really? I'm struggling here.
But yeah, so like, but in the telling of the energy thing, like, cause she starts and that's the thing is she like preloads it with like, do you believe in like energy? Like, people give off energy. And I was like, yeah. And then she goes on to like 4 minutes of explaining like how she ran into somebody. And I was like, we didn't need any of that. Like get to the details of the energy part. Cause like, we've already talked about.
We're going to get the man side of it, Dylan. You believe in energy?
Yeah. Petroleum.
Not like a vibe somebody gives.
Oh, not really.
Dog, I ran into somebody yesterday. Creepy energy. It was weird.
Oh yeah, no, I guess I could. Did they have like a booger on their face?
Nah, they were just off-putting. So, what you been up to, man? It's like that's our conversations as guys, and it's just like we got that, or it's just like, hey, man, you met that dude Doug? And it's like, yeah.
He seems all right.
I mean, he gives
No,
me
he did this thing.
just gives me a bad vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Well, and that's what I was trying to explain to her with that, though, is like if somebody presents as they're trustworthy, they seem like a decent person, all this stuff, but you have this uneasy feeling that they're kind of sketchy. That is more energy
Kind of get
based.
that from you.
Yeah. I mean, I've been using you. It's just taken 2.5 years of me trying to use you
To get some money. I know you got all this shit that you got to do this week and not helping me cut up videos, man.
Well, we're going from the
Tired of
first,
cutting up videos.
first episode to the end. So, like, before
Imagine
any
we
of my
started doing
videos.
this back in the day. Fuck.
Yeah. I wish somebody would have suggested that.
We'd A, probably have money, and then B, wouldn't be doing this. So I'm at episode 10, dude. 100 episodes to go.
Yeah.
And by the time I get done with those
Actually,
100 episodes,
104.
yeah, it's going to be 112. Fuck this shit. Look, guys, this has been an episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. We love you so much. Remember, check out the Patreon if you really want us to get rich, guys.
And Gabriel.
Yeah, you'll see Gabe Will tomorrow, and maybe he'll give you a little bit of dating advice. See you next time, guys.
Later.